I bought a film monitor as my first film monitor for my DSLR, FOTGA A50 TLS, but you also have other models. Basic one without touchscreen and SDI or LUTs. Touchscreen, and then they add LUTs, and then final version with the SDI. So if you really need the SDI, you can buy the latest version, but otherwise I don't really recommend to buy the SDI version if you don't really use it. The touchscreen is really important. Go around the UI. It's much easier with pressing the monitor, even though it get a little dirty, but who cares. The monitor itself is quite light. It's just 200 grams. Exclude battery, of course. You can use a power supply without battery. Should be between 7 and 18 volts. The power consumption is not high. Power that it consumes is between 7 and 10 watt. Current is around 1.5. I will do some kind of first kind of review. It's not really a review because I cannot compare this with other film monitor, but it's most like a first impressions. I will show some the UI, what kind of functionality it has. It will be kind of long video, so I will start with unboxing. Then I will show in detail all the functionality that I put inside. In the next few weeks I will go outside, I will do some tests. Need a Sony battery, S-series battery, or you can also use an adapter, so you can use the Canon LP-E6 battery also. This is the version TLS that stands for touch screen, LUTs and SDI. I saw on the website there is a firmware update, so the first thing I did was updating the firmware. They say that the monitor has 500 nits of brightness, so it's not the brightest field monitor out there. Fortunately, the monitor comes with a sunshade hood, so you can put it on it and it should be okay. So I will do the unboxing and let's see what is inside. When I received the box, it was really tiny, so I really thought, oh my god, now the monitor is broken for sure, because I thought there was any foam inside, so maybe I thought there was really a raw package, but instead the monitor itself is quite small. It's a 5-inch monitor, so it comes with a sun hood protector. Then inside there is the actual monitor. This is the monitor, it's quite small. I will check this out better. Then inside there is another cover here. I will remove it. HDMI cable. Then there is the mount, so you can actually attach the monitor to the DSLR with a hot shoe X key. No, I don't know what is the use for this, but anyway. Power cable. Suppose this is you use this with a V mount, V battery, or with something else. This is the SDI 3G SDI cable. I don't have a device with SDI, but maybe in the future I can use it. This is another hot shoe mount. I suppose you can attach to the monitor to put a microphone. Touch the microphone directly to the monitor if you want. Thread adapter here. You can change the thread size here with this adapter, so you can put whatever device you want. Tissue cleaner for the screen, and instruction is really cute. So you have actually 3 M6 thread size adapter and a 1/4 adapter. So this is what is in the box. So you have monitor, the sun hood protector is really nice. Apply really easily on the monitor and remove it. SDI cable, HDMI cable, X key, the hot shoe connector that you can attach to the monitor. Protector, you can remove it. Then I see there is a thread for the screw at the bottom, and also 3 on the side, on both sides. Now this on the side should be 1/4 sides thread. You can use this with this screw thread size adapter. You can actually put inside here. Let's see behind. You see it have the several connectors. Let's start from here. The DC in if you want to power the monitor with a power supply. Then it comes with a microphone jack. It should be a standard jack. Then there is the battery out that you can use to charge your camera if you want. But you need a dummy battery that you have to purchase separately. Then here there are the SDI out and SDI in. It comes with 2 battery slots, support the Sony S-series battery. And also you can use an adapter in order to use the Canon LP-E6 battery. Then here on the side I have the HDMI input and the USB for loading the LUTs and updating the firmware if you need to. Also on the bottom you have the HDMI output, and then the top, it comes with a series of buttons. So you see I have 4 buttons grouped together. Then there are another 2, F5 minus, F6 plus, F7, the power button. I think with this one you can go through the UI, and it's also you can click on it to turn the UI on. I'll show you how to put the sun hood. It's quite easy. So the sunshade hood is a plastic, hard plastic, like this, and it's done. And it doesn't go out, so it's quite sturdy. Open this, like this, and that's it. And then if you have to remove it, you can just put some pressure here on the outside and go out. You can use it for protecting the display, so you can actually keep it on. You can put the monitor in the bag like this if you want. You don't have to worry about the display. 5-inch monitor. It's quite small actually. I was expecting a little bigger size, but since this is my first monitor, I didn't know what to expect. Compared to the LCD that come with the camera, is a big difference, so I'm okay with that. I'm gonna show some of the functions of the monitor. I started to turn on the monitor just pressing the buttons here at the top, and show the first screen of FOTGA. Connected the monitor with HDMI to the computer, so to the laptop, so I'm receiving the feedback from the computer right now. So if the touchscreen is not working, just make sure that you click again and it says touch on. So if you want to show the UI, you can double tap and you have this is the first UI that you see here. So I will go through all these menu. So there is display, function, LUT, basics and system. So if you go inside display, we have safety marker, that if you enable it, you have this yellow square. It can be useful if you want the shot in that frame. It have different value that you can choose. Then there is the center marker that just add across the center of the screen. Then there is the marker matte that what it does is similar to the safety marker, but it completely removes the overflow of the video, so you remove the video outside of the box. For the marker matte, you have the alpha option and the color, you can choose it, and the thickness. And then there is the scan mode that can be under scan or over scan. Then you have the video aspect, in case you have a different aspect ratio for the video, so you can change it here, or you can just leave it auto. Then there is anamorphic mode in case you have an anamorphic video. You can change this option as well. The zoom option, but actually the zoom option I find the more easy just to use your hand. If you have to remove this, you have to remove these eyes. To remove it, I just click the second button from the left, and then with the finger you can zoom out and in, move also the frame. And then there is the freeze option that just freezes the frame in case you want to analyze the shot. And you can rotate the screen in case you are using the monitor in some other way. There is this dot to dot option that actually I don't know what it does. I don't see any difference. For now I will just keep it off. So now I go through the function. So let's start from the top. Monochrome, I just completely put the screen in black and white, but there is also you can choose red, green and blue. And there is false color that I quite like this option. We'll show you. It have 2 types of false color. I think it's really useful for see if you are underexposed or overexposed. There is this type, and then there is the other one, that a different type of false color peak, that if I enable it, you see the part that is kind of overexposed. You can choose the color that you want to show. So you see this border are kind of overexposed. It's kind of warning. Then the zebra option. So if you turn it on, you have all the part that is completely saturated. You can see immediately the part that is saturated. You should fix it. So it doesn't really show you that it's saturated, it's just a limit that maybe you don't want to reach, just to be safe. So you just put this value here around. Okay. Then there is the histogram. I show a small histogram at the bottom left. And then you have the audio bar. You can choose the position that can be top or bottom. So you have the bar here. So this is the audio bar. For now I will turn it off. And then we have a color bar that you turn it on, and then you remove also the eyes. Like with you have to click the second button from the left, and you get the color bar. So then with the bottom configuration, you can customize the buttons at the top. Then there is LUT. These enable the LUT if you use log profile on your camera, and you can also import a profile if you have it. You just need to connect the LUT, the pen drive where you put the LUT inside, and it's gonna import some. I think there are just a couple of LUT that you can import, and so I think, I don't know, around 5 or 6, and yeah, so you can switch the LUT on, and you see it's gonna change. There are some already default LUT that you can choose from. If you go in basics, you have some other options like the color space. Now with a new firmware upgrade, you have another option, that DCI P3. So different color space, so you can choose from. Just good to know that you have this option, and I prefer to match this option with the camera color space and also Premiere Pro color space. So I prefer to keep it Rec 709. Then you have some option for changing the color of the monitor, so you can match the color with the color of the monitor of your camera. And then there is this H-Bright option that has been added with the latest firmware upgrade. It should add 200 nit in brightness. It actually increase the brightness at some level. So you have the H-Bright option here. Then in the system, you can choose the language, the transparency of the UI, that when the UI can remain on the display. I put always, so I just decide when I want to remove it. Then you can enable, disable the touchscreen. There is the fan, so there is a fan inside. You can turn it off, on. The volume of the microphone, when you connect the microphone to the monitor, you can mute the audio. There is a low battery indicator. Then you have reset option that is going to reset, I suppose, all the UI with the default value. And then we have the upgrade option in case you want to upgrade the firmware. And the input, so you can switch between HDMI and SDI. When I received the monitor, the version was 1.22. You should check the version of the firmware and upgrade if it's lower. At the moment I'm recording this video, the latest version is 2.03. If you want to upgrade the monitor, you go on the website. There is on the top menu, there is the firmware menu. You click there, then you choose the camera that you bought. That can be a A50 or A70, and then there you will have the option to download the firmware. So you download the firmware, is a zip file. You extract the file, and inside there is a bin, should be a bin file. You take that bin file and you put it inside a USB pen drive. So I connected the pen drive to the monitor. Then you go to the menu, you go in a system, and at the bottom you see upgrade USB. You just need to switch this option. It's gonna search for the firmware, and if you find the firmware, it's gonna do the upgrade automatically. It turns off, but actually now is upgrading, and you can see at the top is still flashing light, the green light. So it means is right now I suppose it's upgrading the firmware. So you see it turns on, and then just check the firmware version. So now you see the firmware is 2.03. That's it for the firmware upgrade. And the next part of the video I will do some tests outside and see how it behaves with sunlight, or how much comfortable it is using the monitor with the DSLR. So I went to the Han River to do some tests, mostly to test the brightness. I didn't find any issue. Actually, I was expecting to have some low visibility, Instead the brightness is okay. With the new firmware update, they added this H bright option that you can enable, make the screen more bright. I was looking at this functionality, but what it does actually is just putting the backlight at 100% and increasing the color temperature. So I was looking at this the false color as well, starting to like this functionality because you can see immediately what is overexposed or underexposed. There are two types of false color that you can use. With the new update, now they added two color space. You have the REC 709 and the DCI P3. But if you enable the REC 709, the false color and the zebra function doesn't work as they should be. There is some issue with the color, and also kind of the zebra is after 89% it just disappear. Probably with the new firmware update they will resolve these issues, and it should be okay also to use the color space REC 709. Then I was trying to test a little bit the battery, the duration, how it lasts the monitor with two battery. I bought two Sony L series battery. They have 5.2 ampere. The monitor just works fine even with one battery. You can connect the camera with a monitor using a dummy battery. Also another thing I was testing, I had some issue with, it was the touch screen, and with one of my power supply the touch screen just started do some crazy stuff and even stopped working. So there is some incompatibility with some power supply, something to keep in mind. It's also nice the focus peaking. You can see immediately if your subject, your talent is on focus or not. This monitor have top buttons, so you can use to switch immediately the function that you want to use. You don't really see where is the buttons, so I added some tape and I put what this button actually do. It's much easier to reach the buttons, but anyways, really recommend to at least buy the monitor with the touchscreen functionality. They also provide the monitor without touchscreen. When I was testing the backlight, you can increase the level of the backlight from 0 to 100. At 100 is perfectly fine. I was able to see the screen without any issue, even with the sun direct to the monitor. Also, it came with a sun shade hood that it can help in case where it's really the sun is really harsh. Now the monitor come with a connector that you can use to connect the monitor with the DSLR directly. It has a cold shoe adapter. You can rotate the monitor quite easily. The top rotation, so you can rotate the monitor in two axes, and one of them I had some issue. It was really loose, so I put some soft material in between the connector and the top one in order to keep it fixed. Also, the monitor has on the side have three connectors that you can use to attach the monitor on a different type of mount. You can also attach other devices like the microphone. The balance will change drastically, mostly if you use the rig handheld. You cannot really use these connectors on the side because the weight just go way too off. So the touchscreen, other than the issue that I had with the power supply, is nice. The functionality are well organized. It's not complex to use instead of having hundreds of future options that you can choose from. In the end, what you're gonna use is really just the most important one. They are the false color, histogram, the focus peaking, the zebra. You don't really need other stuff. So other than that, the UI is really nice. I don't have much of a complaints about it. For the price, I don't think you can get a better monitor, even though I cannot say much about any other monitors because this is my first one. And 500 nits of brightness is perfectly fine, even when you're using outside. Didn't have any issue to using it. With the new firmware, you can also enable this H bright that should add 200 nits. It's not really improving the brightness of the monitor, so it changed the color temperature and it put the backlight at 100%. So with this I conclude the video. It was quite long. Hopefully some part of this video will be helpful to decide if this monitor is right for you or not. Or maybe you should go for other monitor. So I went through the unboxing just to show what is inside the box. Then I started to I show in detail all the functionality in the UI, and then I do some testing outside. Mostly I try to test the brightness, if it is possible actually to work outside with this monitor. If you are still deciding if this monitor is right for you, or maybe you should try some other maybe more expensive field monitor, I think I show what the functionality that it has, but most of the field monitor, they all have the same functionality. So in the end, what you really need are I don't know, of course the false color, they're quite helpful. Zebra pattern, they show you if some part of the frame is overexposed. The histogram, the peak focusing is really important, so you see the part of the frame that is on focus. Hopefully the video will be helpful, and on the next one.